Hello, cat and dog lover. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you very much for the like. You're awesome. Thank you.
Ed Cat and Dog Lover. Welcome to my channel, Ed Cat and Dog Lover said. I'm back.
Hello, cat and dog lover. How are you doing? How are those bees doing? Did you manage to get them out of the roof or what? It's a shame you lived that far. If not, I would have gone over to catch them.
Ed Cat and Dog Lover said. Not too bad IDK, I've not been up there.
Okay.
Ed Adrianic Geographer. Welcome to my channel, Ed Adrianic Geographer said. On British roads, Ed Cat and Dog
Hello,
Lover
Adrian.
said. You can if you want to come catch them.
Ha! It's too far. Where is it that you live, cat and dog lover? In which town?
At RobGod-N1D. Welcome to my channel, at RobGod-N1D said. Good morning, Jose buddy, how are you today?
Good morning, Rock God. Good morning, Adrian. Sorry about that, mate. I was a little bit distracted. Gotta focus on the road. Yes, Adrian, Rock God, doing very well, mate. Thank you very much. How are you guys doing? Heading back to Swindon now from Neath after completing the second delivery here. Thank you very much for the like. You're a superstar. Thank you. Like number 2.
At Puff, welcome to my channel. At Puff said, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Puff. Welcome back to you as well. How is your day going, Puff?
At Puff said, livin' the Dean.
Living the D. That's awesome, Puff. Awesome. So you said like number 3 and like number 4, you guys are the best. Thank you very much. Your support is greatly appreciated. Puff, you said back in the days you did some scaffolding.
At Puff said, soon be coke and body time.
Oh, you're right, Puff. Soon, just another 5 hours to go. What else did you do back in the days, Puff? Were you ever a driver?
At Puff said, I was a self-employed courier.
Okay, very nice. You know, I'm thinking of all sort of stuff, what I can do to become self-employed. I've got lots of respect for people that are self-employed, being your own boss. You know, that's my dream. Someday be my own boss. I'm not really sure what I can do and what I should do to become. I think the courier business at the moment, it's probably saturated with all the van drivers and stuff. Courier lorry driving. I'll probably get my own truck.
At Ships and Vehicles, welcome to my channel. At Ships and Vehicles, said, hello. Bank holiday traffic everywhere. Glad you're not one of those divers stuck on M20 as that has Operation Stack.
Oh, M20 is jammed. I've still ships and vehicles. I've still got to make my way back to Swindon. It's a long way to Swindon. So let's see what happens along the road.
At RH Puff, said, Dover all knackered.
Oh damn. Yeah, like ships and vehicles said.
At RobGod-N1D, said, Jose, it's not hard, but don't do it. HGV, it's hard, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, HGV with all the paperwork. Probably my biggest issue is with paperwork. I don't like doing paperwork. So that's probably my biggest obstacle. Having to fill in this form and that form and the other form and tax form. Oh, that does my head in. But I'm not even sure. I'm not sure if it's worth it to be self-employed, but that's where I'd like to be, my own boss. My own boss and making good money. I don't want to be my own boss and just be making a little bit of money. So I don't know what I should do, to be honest. Where or what do you think is currently a good place to be as a self-employed individual, Puff?
At RH Puff, said, long distance, more money in it.
Long distance. Is that long distance courier vans or long distance lorry driving?
At RH Puff, said, not multi-drop.
Oh, not multi. You're right. Multi-drop is very painful, I'm guessing. I always see the couriers that come to drop off my Amazon or DPD. They're always running around.
At Ships and Vehicles, said, Dover Port and Channel Tunnel always prioritizing tourist over freight over busy periods. Go Anna.
Sorry everybody, someone keeps calling me and I'm not answering, but they keep on calling. So sorry about that. Is anybody going anywhere over this bank holiday weekend? Any of my viewers going anywhere nice? A long road trip, maybe up to Scotland, Shetland Islands. Ships and vehicles, are you going anywhere? Rock God, I'm here ready to drive whenever you're ready, mate. Just buy the truck and I'm here ready to drive.
At Puff said, I used to have a contract with Bioscience up to Cully, 600 miles there and back, £800 for the day's work.
What? £800 for the day? Damn. That's good, that's good. That's like my whole week's pay that you're making in one day. I've got to get something like that. Probably get myself a van first. How many times per week did you do that, Puff?
At Puff said 2/3.
Okay. 2 to 3
And
times per...
RobGod-N1D said J&C transport on the road soon, buddy.
Yeah, give me a call. Give me a call, Craig. No worries. I'm here ready to drive as long as you'll pay me. And I'll work 15 hours 3 times per week, 13 hours 2 times per week, man. Puff, I don't think that type of contract going anymore. Things are getting really tight at the moment.
At RH Puff said, still is human brains in dry ice.
Is that what you used to transport, Puff? Human brain in dry ice?
At RH Puff said, yep.
Huh. That's interesting. Interesting. You've done some real interesting jobs back in the day, Puff. Did you ever get to see them? Did you get to see the goods you were transporting?
At RobGod-N1D said, Jose, you do whatever hours you want, buddy. We're gonna take over the roads, watch out.
We will, man, we will. If not in this lifetime, in the next one. Does anybody know what's going on?
At RH Puff said, pick 'em up from Royal London Hospital. Yep, had to pack 'em up.
Oh, you packed it as well. You're a very versatile chap, Puff. Does anybody know what's going on there, Port Talbot? Is it motocross or mountain biking? There's just to my left here on the motorway. When I was coming, I saw there's lots of tents, lots of cars. Seems like a motocross track or something, but I said I was going to check it out on Google to find out what's going on there, and I forgot. Ships and vehicles, that's probably something you're good at to find out.
at Ships and Vehicles said 23rd the 24th of May, 750 Motor Club action. At RobGod-N1D said, damn you thinks the J&C transport test tag.
Cheers, Ships and Vehicles. I knew you would be on it, mate. Cheers for that. Yeah, it did look like a motocross stuff. Like number 5, you're awesome. Thank you very much.
At Ships and Vehicles said, did you deliver barbecue meat from Iceland? Lots of people will be having barbecues this weekend.
Yes, I think I probably did in the frozen barbecue, the frozen meat. I'm working today, tomorrow, and Monday, so I can probably still get home to make a barbecue this evening. Let's see what my wife says.
At RH Puff said, you should take her out for a meal.
Puff, my wife's not a big fan of...
At Ships and Vehicles said, till Monday, all shifts with Iceland.
Yes, that's right. My wife's not a big fan of eating out, Puff. She likes making her own food because she likes making it with stuff that she bought herself, and yeah, she's not a big fan of the fast food or restaurant food.
At Llantrisant-Neath. Welcome to my channel. At Llantrisant-Neath said, hello.
Hello, Lee. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining my live. How are you doing? What are you doing on this bank holiday weekend? Are you going somewhere nice?
At RH Puff said, You can't beat a good meal after 20 pints of lager.
After 20 pints of lager, that meal was...
At Lee Partridge-Q9E said, I'm good and I'm staying in bed most of the half term.
Very nicely, very nice. I want... I can't. Puff, with that amount of beers, my meal would be all over the floor.
At Lee Partridge-Q9E said, I am listening to music and on your live stream.
Cheers, man. Yeah, I think everyone's going somewhere to have a little bit of fun.
At Lee Partridge-Q9E said, hopefully my dad finds his tools for phones so I can have a second phone.
What are you going to do with the second phone, Lee?
At RH Puff said, it's a good English tradition, gut full of beer then a good curry.
I know, Puff, I know, but unfortunately I can't drink that amount of beers. I'm one can Van Damme. One can and I'm on the floor. Probably not one can. I'm a bit exaggerating.
At RobGod-N1D said, Jose, at least the sun's out.
You're right, you're right. Isn't it? Is this the holiday where every year there's sunshine? I'm pretty sure last year around this time there was sunshine as well. I think a few days ago was officially the start of summer, right? I think yesterday, day before yesterday, someone mentioned it. That
At Lee Partridge-Q9E said, I can go on my second channel on my second phone.
Very nicely, very, very nice. How many channels have you got for me to just work out how many phones you need?
At Lee Partridge-Q9E said 3 or 4.
Okay, so you still need another 2 phones. I need 1 more phone as well. I've already got 2.
At Sophie-R8X3I. Welcome to my channel. At Sophie-R8X3I said 000. At Sophie-R8X3I said LLL. At Sophie-R8X3I said 000.
Hello Sophie, welcome. Thank you very much for joining my live. How are you doing? I think Sophie might be a robot.
At RobGod-N1D said Jose used to do Iceland, Scotland. At Lee Partridge-Q9E said I got my Nintendo Switch next to me.
I've got 2 phones. One is for the YouTube live streaming. The other one is for the speech chat. But whenever I go somewhere for the first time and I don't know, I need a navigator. I need a sat nav. The sat nav does work with the speech chat in the background, but it gives me I'd like a 3rd phone just for the Google Maps whilst I'm navigating. I'll probably get it sometime in the future. Rock God, was that you who said you used to work for Iceland, Scotland?
At Lee Partridge-Q9E said I went to Anfield on Saturday the 9th of May.
Was that Trucker Tim there, Lee Partridge?
At Lee Partridge-Q9E said no, he wasn't, he was in Holland at the time I went to Liverpool. At RobGod-N1D said Jose, we delivered there, we worked for a big fridge transport.
Okay. So what do you do now, Rock God? Sounds like you're serious about the transport business.
At RobGod-N1D said Jose, I am disabled, buddy. At Lee Partridge-Q9E said
Sorry to hear that,
I
mate.
was half asleep when my dad surprised me about going to watch Liverpool versus Chelsea match.
How far do you, Lee Partridge? So you drove from near Barnstable. You told me where it is. To Liverpool to watch the football? Like on a surprise?
At Lee Partridge Q9E said Northam to Anfield.
You said Northam is near Barnstable, right?
At Lee Partridge Q9E said yes it is.
How long did you have to drive, and how much prior notice did your father give you? Was it the following day, or what? Did he just wake you out of bed and say, okay, come on, brush your teeth, let's go? We gotta get there in, I don't know, 6 hours time.
At Lee Partridge Q9E said it took about 5 or 6 hours to get to Anfield.
That's very haphazardly, like unexpected. That's very nice of your father, Lee. You have a good father.
At Lee Partridge Q9E said I left at 5:30 a.m. and got there at 10:34 a.m.
Okay, very nice. That's a good surprise. Was that your father treating you because you did well at college?
At Lee Partridge Q9E said, and I am now a Chelsea and Liverpool fan.
Okay, very nice, very nice. I haven't watched football in a long time. I know the World Cup is coming up. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch the World Cup.
At Lee Partridge Q9E said, no, because I was disappointed because I wasn't going to a football match.
Okay, okay. So I'm guessing you'll watch the World Cup, yes?
At Lee Partridge Q9E said, where Chelsea was going to play.
Okay. Is everybody going to watch the World Cup?
At Lee Partridge Q9E said, no.
No? I'm guessing you're a football fan, so why not watching the World Cup, Lee?
At RobGod-N1D said, rather watch paint dry tears of joy, tears of joy.
So, Rob God, if you're not...
At LeePartridge-K9E said, I am not a fan of football that much and I know the facts.
Okay, okay. So, Rob God, if you're not gonna watch the World Cup, what would you prefer to be?
At Ships and Vehicles
you said,
route to Swindon looks good. Just a queue at people coming over junction 19 of M4.
oh, cheers for that, mate. I'm gonna keep my foot on the gas to get there quickly, get past it. Sorry about that, everybody, if it's annoying. It's the Volvo has got some like sort of...
At RobGod-N1D said, Jose to make sure J and C Transport make millions, tears of joy, tears of joy.
That's good, Rock God, that's good, man. I do want to make millions. I want to buy myself my own private jet. Buy myself a Vision jet.
RobGod-N1D said, Jose, I used to look in the mirror, say to driver, I don't want to scare you, but there's a big white thing chasing us, tears of joy.
Is a big white thing chasing us? What's this big white thing?
At RobGod-N1D said, yes, the trailer, tears of joy.
Is that how you try to motivate yourself to get to your destination quicker?
At RobGod-N1D said, Jose, we used to do all kinds, had a coach load of kids come past waving, so we flashed lights and waved, made theirs and our day.
Sounds good, mate. Sounds like you had fun back in the days. Did you used to work day or nights, Rock God?
Rob-God-N1D said, Jose, can you call 3.30 and start to Glasgow or Dundee nights or day?
Sorry, I didn't get that rock on. If I can start call at 3:30. I think you have to elaborate a little bit more because I didn't get that.
Rob-God-N1D said, Jose, sometimes we would start at 3:30 if we were doing Glasgow Dundee.
Okay. Understood. Well, I started all random times. I started 3:30, I started midnight, I started 9 p.m. Today I started at 3:30. Oh, he's running a diesel. He's got to get some diesel. They sent me my my start time for tomorrow. I just seen my phone flashing. It had start time on it written, but I didn't see it properly because I can't get to look at it. I'm gonna pull over in the services shortly and search and check what time they give me as a start time tomorrow. I'm hoping it's roughly the same time.
At Unearthly 609. Welcome to my channel. At Unearthly 609. Said. Where can I get water?
Is the water at home finished? I will take water for you, Valush. But there were two 5-gallon bottles of water, or 5-liter bottles of water in at home. I'm guessing you've been doing a lot of...
At Unearthly 609. Said. Yes.
I'm guessing you've been doing a lot of cooking.
At RobGod-N1D. Said. Great to be on the road again, Jose, even as a passenger.
Yes, you're welcome, mate. I'm glad I'm able to provide you with this view. Have you been to Jason's channel? There's also one else who does this sort of live streaming. Trucking Jason is his channel. Valush, have you called Simeon? I think he's been trying to call you, Valia.
At Unearthly 609. Said. Here was one.
I will be home shortly and I will take water. Okay?
At RobGod-N1D. Said. Jose question when everyone is in chat, I bet your cab gets full tears of joy, tears of joy.
When everyone is in the cab, when everyone is in the chat, it's been overwhelming a few times. I don't get to say anything, everyone's chatting away.
At Unearthly 609. Said. And what I asked for.
The electrical connection. I will see if I can find it, because on eBay or Amazon is the best place to get it, but as you can see, it will arrive late.
At Unearthly 609. Said. Yes.
Okay, I will look for it. Have you called Simeon?
At Unearthly 609. Said. No.
He was asking for you earlier. Call him. He needed something from you.
At Unearthly 609. Said. Yes. At Unearthly 609 said, "No Amazon."
eBay? I will search for it, but like I said, I'm not sure where they will have it at the moment.
At Unearthly 609 said, "No."
Okay. Were you sleeping all this time, Valush? I think they're having a race. Hey.
At Unearthly 609 said, "Say again."
Were you sleeping all this time?
At Unearthly 609 said, "No."
Okay, okay.
At Unearthly 609 said, "I'm in the kitchen."
Okay. Like number 6. You're a superstar. Thank you very much for the like.
At Stefanvelison 8126 welcome to my channel. At Stefanvelison 8126 said, "Hi again." At Stefanvelison 126 said, "I'm like 7."
Hello, Stefan. Welcome and thank you very much. Like number 7, Stefan Baluson. You are the best, man. Thank you. How is your day going, Stefan? Are you having a barbecue today?
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, just started live or no barbecue, but I think can't eat.
You having a barbecue tomorrow?
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, yes, Auntie is.
Okay, very nice.
At Unearthly 609 said, how old is the meat? Mutton. At Stefan Villison 8126 said, Jose go to London because should be 23.
Unearthly, I think it's a very old. I'd say about 6 months old.
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, I mean 32 degree.
Got it, Stefan, got it.
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, POV me getting tan right now.
You're having a tan, Stefan? I've seen some of your videos, Stefan. You're already tan. You can't get any more tan.
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, Yas in my garden.
Very nice, Stefan. But yeah, I'm already tanned as well. I can't get any more tan. I'm just gonna cook if I try to get any more tan. Do you have a pool in your back garden, Stefan?
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, wait, you saw my videos.
Yeah.
At RH Puff said, 7 Bridge.
Yeah, that's right. Prince of Wales, aka
At Stefan Villison
Severn Bridge.
8126 said, no, not that hot.
Okay.
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, did you like?
Yes, I did.
Stefan Villison 8126 said, I will give shout out.
No problem, Stefan. Go for it, mate. Cheers. Yeah, the day is turning out to be real good. I should be at home right now.
At Ships and Vehicles said, it's water under the bridge now, rolling on the floor laughing. At Stefan Villison 8126 said, buy him a cough, guys.
You're right, Ships. Water under the bridge. Thank you very much, Stefan. Thank you very much for that. I know if you were a rich guy, you'd buy me lots of coffee, Stefan. I appreciate that, man. I should be at home sipping on some beers like you, Puff. Because the weather is this good, does this mean the party is early today, Puff? Or are you still going to wait until 5 p.m.? I'm not sure if Puff is still here.
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, only one incarnate pounds. At RH Puff said, 5. At RH Puff said, on body coke now. At Stefan Villison 8126 said, from £1 to infinite pounds.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. You're really living the dream, Puff. Yesterday, when I went to the shop, I had bought myself a beer, but by the time I finished doing everything at home, I was very busy yesterday. I didn't have time to drink it, so I'll get home today and I will, I'll sit in the garden, at the back garden, and have the beer as well today. I think this is my colleague from Iceland. Taking his time, doing 50 miles an hour.
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, Jose, I think I have 24 pounds.
Oh, very nice, mate, very nice. You're a rich guy. But remember, don't give any of it to me, right, Stefan? You gotta speak to your parents. If your parents agree, then you can donate, okay?
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, Jose, why not work for Home Bargains? They have Scania.
Home Bargain. I probably should, you're right, I probably should. But
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, I meant I have 24 likes. At RobGod-N1D said, Jose, Iceland truck, no rush.
Yeah, I think that might be the maximum we can do. Some of them can only do 50. Did you say you've got 50 likes, Stefan? Are you also doing a live? I'm gonna have to pass him because my wife is at home waiting for me.
Stefan Villison 8126 said, no, just normally.
Okay, understood. Like number 8, you're a superstar. Thank you very much for the support. Is tomorrow also going to be a good day? Trucks, ships and vehicles. Is tomorrow also going to be a good day with the weather?
At Stefan Villison 8126 said, I have 23 subs and 1078 views.
Very nice, Stefan. That's good, mate. You're doing good for yourself.
At Ships and Vehicles said, yes, good weather up to next Friday.
Oh, I think it's my wife who brought the good weather. Because the last time I checked, it was only meant to be about 2 days. Before my wife came over, it was only meant to be 2 days of good weather, because I did check the weather to know what it was going to be.
And Stefan Villison 8126 said, okay, go BRB in about 5 minutes.
No problem, Stefan. See you in 5 minutes. I checked the weather because I wanted to know if it was going to be good for my wife. And there was only about 2 days of good weather. So if it's up until next Friday, I reckon it's my wife who brought the good weather. She's my good luck charm.
And RH Puff said, never cast a clout until May is out.
Very wise, Puff, very wise. Look at the queue. It goes all the way to Newport, probably. Because between here and Newport there is a little bit of a movement, but looks like it is going to be a long weekend. Can you guys hear that little beeping noise? Is it annoying on to you guys?
At RobGon1D said, "Can't hear it. Are you sure it's not your brain alarm? Too much info. Want to go home?"
No, Rock God. It's a proximity sensor. So whenever I get too close to the car in front, well, not too close, but because I don't think I'm getting too close. It's at a certain distance. A red light comes on my windscreen, and the little beeping noise comes on. Like it's gonna.
At Steve-Luetzi, "Welcome to my channel." At Steve-Luetzi said, "Hello Jose, how are you? I saw you post with your wife. She is very beautiful and you looked so happy. How did it go with the appeal? Is she coming to UK to be with you?"
Hello, Steve. Welcome, mate, and thank you very much for being here.
At Steve-Luetzi said, "I'm doing overtime, so just popped to say hello."
Thank you very much for popping in, Steve. Yes, I am very happy with my wife being here. And we did attend the court hearing yesterday. We've got to wait for the response sometime next week. So she's feeling a little bit heartbroken. But we'll see what happens. I said to her to be positive. There can only be two response, a yes or a no. So I'm 75% hoping that it's going to be a yes. So yeah, we just got to wait. And thank you very much for watching the video, Steve. And yes, my wife is the most beautiful woman in the world, so thank you very much for that, Steve. How's work going today for you, Steve?
At Steve-Luetzi said, If there is any justice in the world, then they will allow her to come and be with you and your child as well, Jose.
My wife has got a visa, Steve. The visa we're going for is for my stepson. They don't want, the Home Office doesn't want to give him a visa. It's very annoying because the Home Office and the court and everything are always saying that the kids should be with the mother, the kid should be with the mother, the kid should be with the mother. But for my case, it seems as the kid, it's not so important for the kid to be with the mother because my wife's got a visa.
And Steve-Luexi said, apart from it being too hot, it's going okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're right, Steve. It's a good day to be having a barbecue. But yeah, so my wife's got a visa. My son's got a British passport. He doesn't need a visa. And it's my stepson. He's lived with his mom ever since, and for some reason the Home Office is making it a big issue. The Home Office is basically fighting my stepson's dad's corner, but my stepson's dad doesn't have an issue with him coming here in the UK because he pretty much doesn't care. He wouldn't say a yes or he wouldn't say a no because he isn't that very much involved in my stepson's life. But for some reason, Home Office want to be exerting that he is involved in my son's life and in my stepson's life, and it's just very annoying.
And Ships and Vehicles said, Jose, the country from where you're from, are you used to it being hot? This weather normal for you?
Yes, the country where I'm from is very hot. It gets a lot hotter than this, and it's very humid. So very hot.
And Steve-Luexi said, the bloody red tape is an absolute joke, just let the lad come be with you.
Yes, that's right, Steve. That's the same way I feel, you know, and he wants as well. He knows we're not, see the whole, it's because the Home Office doesn't understand the situation, and they're exerting that they understand. It's not because they've actually told me yesterday to adopt him and make him my son, and then that way they will allow him to come in. But he does have a father, and we're not asking him to say goodbye to his father, and his father probably won't want to do that because he doesn't want that. It's just they don't take his consideration in. It seems as if they're not taking what he's saying into consideration because they don't want to listen to it. They just want to stick to the points that are responsibility. My wife doesn't have 100% total responsibility for him. Even though she's got full custody, she doesn't have full responsibility. This is what they're saying. So they're just trying to make it difficult, I reckon. Ships, yes, it's very hot in my country, very hot and humid, so very, very wet, sticky, uncomfortable. And I think it gets hotter than this. A bit hotter than this. But I think you adjust and acclimatize, because the first time I came here to the UK, which was in 2009, when I was in recruit training, after I finished my training, I went back to Belize and I was like, you know what, I'm used to this weather, it won't do me anything. And I took my top off and I went to the islands, because we've got some islands as part of my country. I took my top off during the day, and in the evening I couldn't get my top on. I couldn't touch my back. I couldn't touch my upper body because I was totally sunburnt. And so that taught me a lesson that you need time to adjust. So even if I would go back to my country, and let's say it was if the weather was cold here in the UK and I spent winter here, and then I went back to my
And
country,
Steve-Luetzi said,
I need some time to adjust.
the Home Office are a bloody joke. Why do they make people's life hard? Just let him come, set of idiots. Hopefully someone will see sense and grant the lad the right to come over to be with you.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping as well. I'm hoping the judge is gonna, because I was trying to make an appeal to her that you know, they're looking at his case, which I'm not neglecting him or trying to belittle his case, but they're sticking so much to his case and don't want to give him the visa because they're concerned about his well-being. And what about my wife's well-being? What about my son's well-being? My son is 3 years old, and like I said we didn't plan for the stuff to be like this. Before, I used to be able to travel to Moscow and back on a weekend for £65. It was £32 there and £32 back on Wizz Air from Luton Airport. And then stuff happened and things changed, and now it's about £1,500 for me to get there, and it takes about 2 days for me to get there. It's so we never planned for things to work out like this. And so what about my wife's well-being and her right to be happy? What about my son's right to be happy? My wife's pregnant. We're gonna be having a little daughter. So what about my little daughter? So if you're putting it on a balance scale, so his right, which I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to belittle or make any less valuable, but his well-being outweighs my wife's, my son, and my daughter's happiness and future, because I know one thing I can say, my wife is definitely not gonna give up her son or abandon him to come over here and be with me.
And RobGod-N1D said, Jose will keep my fingers crossed for you, heart.
Cheers, I appreciate it. I'm hoping the judge will see sense and make sense, because the Home Office are very robotic and very tunnel vision.
And Steve-Luetzi said, if his dad doesn't have a problem with him coming, then what is the bloody problem with these people? She needs to stay strong and believe they will make the right decision for you all next week.
Yes, I hope so. The issue is that his dad wouldn't say yes, his dad wouldn't say no, because his dad isn't that much involved in his life, and this is what we're trying to. I understand it's our word against. It's not even against his word, because what I would have, well, I didn't say, and I should have said to the court, is that you guys are fighting on his side when he's not asking you to fight on his side. Because if he did have an issue with his son leaving Russia and coming to with my wife and myself to live here, then he should take it up with their court there and fight it with their court there and prevent my wife from bringing her son over there. But no, they are here in the UK and they're fighting for his case, which, like I said, he doesn't have a problem with, because he's not going to say yes or no, he's not going to say no. Because I'm not going to say he's happy with my wife divorcing him and leaving him. So So if he could be spiteful and make life difficult for my wife, he would, because he's not happy about the divorce and that sort of stuff. But he's also not fighting the case to prevent his son or my stepson from leaving Russia. So the Home Office are fighting his case when he's not asking them to do it. But I hope the judge makes sense.
And Steve-Luetzi said, I will pray for you all and that the right decision is made, because Jose, you and your wife are such wonderful people, and you, Jose, are my friend who one day I hope to meet. So much respect for you, Jose.
Cheers, Steve. I also appreciate this very much, the consideration and the prayer. It means a lot, Steve. It really does. Yeah, hopefully the judge is going to make sense of it all. And my wife's going to be able to come over. Because to be honest, it is very difficult for us to be living like this. I'm basically maintaining two households, because I'm running my food and doing all my stuff over here for myself, and then I've also got to do it for my wife over there. So it's like I'm maintaining two households, and I'm not rich, so it is putting a strain on me. My wife is looking after the kids all on her own, the two boys at the moment. There's going to be a little daughter soon, so she's going to have to be looking after all three of them on her own. And we tried to explain all of this to the Home Office yesterday, but they weren't having any of it. They were just going by the black and white. Oh, he's got your wife is not 100% responsible, so no, we can't give him the visa.
And Steve-Luetzi said, I've got to go now, Jose, otherwise work won't get done and I'll not get home, brother, so please take care. When are you out again?
I'm out tomorrow, Steve. So tomorrow and hopefully Monday. So speak to you soon. Enjoy your day. And I will say it again, Steve. It is because of people like you that which make Britain great. I really appreciate your support. Thank you very much, Steve. Have a good day.
At Steve-Luetzi said, "Thanks, Jose, and so you know everything I say is from the heart and is sent with love for you and your family. Stay strong, and I'll catch you again soon."
Cheers, Steve. Cheers. I appreciate the emotional support and the kind words. Thank you very much. I hope you and your family have a good weekend as well.
At Steve-Luetzi said, "Thanks, Jose, see you soon."
See you soon, mate. See you soon.
At RH Puff said, "Let's hope all goes well, mate."
Yes, I'm hoping and praying, Puff. I'm hoping and praying. But you know, as they say, life goes on. So I'm trying to come up with a bit of a plan B. If it doesn't work out, I'm going to be in the UK for probably another year and sort my life out within that time. And hopefully we'll have to move to somewhere like maybe Turkey. And so my channel...
At RH Puff said, "How long is the visa for?"
It's for 2.5 years. And then after 2.5 years, I've got to apply for them again. But if it doesn't work out, it means that I will, in about a year's time, my channel's name will change from On British Roads to On Turkish Roads. Can any of you guys speak Turkish?
At Ships and Vehicles said, "This is an automated message winking face. Like the stream and share with those who might be interested."
Cheers, Ships and Vehicles. If the
At
visa...
RH Puff said, "ICNA kebab."
Yes, Puff. I'll be speaking to you in Turkish, explaining to you about all the kebab if the visa doesn't work out. I'll be broadcasting live from Mersin and Antalya, Marmaris. Like number 9, you are the best. Thank you very much. Yes, Puff, that's right. It's probably gonna be something like that. The Turkish Jose.
At RHPuff said, Simdi Eve Mijadayilson.
I haven't started practicing yet, Puff. On next week, when I find out what's going on, if the response is not positive, then I'll get straight away on to finding out what you just sent me.
At RHPuff said, are you going home now? It means.
I will get back to the yard and see what they want. I'll drop this trailer on the dekitting bay go into the office and see what they might want me to do some shuttling, because there's 2 depots here in Swindon. There's what they call Swindon 1 and Swindon 2, Iceland 1 and Iceland 2 here in Swindon. And one is like the chilled and frozen site, and the other site is the dry goods, ambient goods. So usually bring stuff over, trailers of goods over from the ambient site to the chill site, and then take empty trailers back over to the ambient site. So I'll see what they want. If they call it, if they tell me that's it, I'll call it a day and go home.
Adef-King-Trucking. Welcome to my channel. Adef-King-Trucking said. Good morning. Did not expect to see you this morning.
Good morning, F King. Welcome and thank you very much for joining my live, mate. How are you doing? I wasn't expecting it either, but my wife told me to come back to work because she said I need to.
At RH Puff said. Tamam Guzzle.
Tamam?
Adef-King-Trucking said. All is well.
That's awesome, mate. How about the truck? Has the truck been sorted? Tamam. I'm not sure if my wife is listening, but she'll know what tamam means.
At RH Puff said. Okay, cool.
I've heard tamam before, Puff, but I can't remember what it is. It's either a goodbye or hello. It's one of them. It's a greeting. I'm sure it's a greeting.
At RH Puff said. Okay. Adef-King-Trucking said. Still determining if I get a new engine. The holiday is making delays in making that decision.
Oh, you guys have also got holiday over that side, F King, is we've got a long weekend. So Monday is bank holiday.
Adef-King-Trucking said. Memorial Day.
Okay. Okay, everyone, this is it. I'm getting back to the yard. So I want to say thank you very much to all of you who joined me on this live. Everyone who gave me a like, everyone who will watch my video in the future and give me a like. Thank you very much. Your support is greatly appreciated. Laters, Puff. Enjoy your beer. And thank you very much. You're a great supporter, Puff. I appreciate it. Ships and vehicles, thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for your help. George Moran, I'm not sure if you're still here.
Adef-King-Trucking said. Happy weekend. At Ships and Vehicles said. See ya on next one. Have a great rest of the day, everyone.
You too, Ships and Vehicles. F King, thank you very much, mate. You enjoy the weekend as well. And speak to you shortly. I'll be back on tomorrow. So, have a good day, everyone. Thank you very much for the like. You're awesome. Thank you.